Hello and welcome again to Tech for Your ESL Classroom. We're going through our series here. We're on number 3 in our little mini series, free web-based technology you can use in your ESL classroom. If you haven't checked in with us before, go ahead and check the first video out where I go through kind of my setup for these videos. I'm using all free software. I'm using a pretty old computer, but I'm getting the job done. So this is about as flashy as we get here. We're not trying to throw in all the bells and whistles. We're trying to focus on content and deliver ideas that you could use in your ESL classroom and things that are going to be available for you for free. Number 3 on our list here is build your wild self. And this is probably the biggest niche item on the list, I would say. Although, you know, the first one where we did acapella TV that does animation is pretty niche too. This one, as you can see from the picture here, you can use this applet or this little mini program here to actually make a little character. And you can change all kinds of features of the character, which is pretty cool. But we're going to show how to do this a little bit later. But why? Why would you want to do this? Let's talk a little bit more about this in regards to the ESL classroom and why I chose this tool. So, the goal here is to learn and use words for describing people and to learn about ourselves. That's why I think this tool would be pretty cool. In ESL, frequently we need to talk about ourselves. In life, we need to talk about ourselves. People are what make the world go round, right? So yeah, this is very relevant, and the audience would probably be younger learners for this tool. But you know, like I said with one of the other things, the acapella TV in the first video of this series, it's up to you as a teacher. It's the way you introduce it. You could introduce it kind of as a gag joke and then spin it into something a little bit more complex if you have older learners. And yeah, they might balk at the idea, but hey, you're the teacher, lay down the law and make them do it. No, I don't mean that. Don't be a tyrant. But yeah, I think it could be used for older folks too if you spin it the right way. Who doesn't like to play? So this is kind of where we're headed with this tool. Let's talk a little bit more about it. I think that self-descriptions are very important because they incorporate some basic building blocks of language. It's just built right in there. You're going to do the he, she, is, are when you're talking about descriptions. You're including the learner. Always a great idea to include learners and get it from an individual point of view, because or I guess cater to them individually is what I'm trying to say, because that's how you hold people's attention. They want to relate things to themselves, and they want to feel included, and this is the perfect opportunity to do so. So I really think that personal descriptions are a huge subject in ESL, especially at the beginning when you're learning the building blocks of the language, but also advanced stuff. When you get more advanced, you get into feelings and stuff, which a lot of ESL learners, including myself as a Korean learner, I don't know enough of those feeling words, and those are important when you're trying to communicate with somebody. So why? Love of self. Everybody loves to talk about themselves, and you've seen people take the selfies, and you can see the girl in the picture there holding the mirror up. This is a topic that, you know, it relates to everybody. So that's another reason why I chose this as one of the tools that is in this mini series. Here's one of the standards, and if you've probably seen these if you've been watching the videos. These are standards from the International Society for Technology and Education. This is part of my assignment. I'm a grad student at Fort Hays State University, and our professor wants us to include these. But so I thought I'd talk a little bit about this one. I'm kind of spinning this towards the ESL realm. I don't think whoever created this particular standard, I don't think they were having the same thing in mind as I am having for it, but basically what I see for this particular web app is I think it could engage students. And the real world issue is not really like an issue like war or hunger or famine. My real world issue is, talking about yourself. And that's very important in language and ESL learning. So I'm seeing it more towards that, and that's why I chose this one. I'm kind of spinning it towards my own devices, my own ideas. But yeah, that's pretty much the aim of this. And we're going to use digital tools, this online app to, make learners think about their personal descriptions and the language surrounding that. So let's go ahead and jump out of this real quick. And I'll put you on pause, and we'll go ahead and jump over and see the application and what it can do, and talk a little bit further. And then maybe you can make a decision whether you could put it in your class. Okay, I'm all revved up here and ready to go, and I wanted to just put the URL in there and hit it because it's got a nice little intro, and I wanted you to see the whole thing. So here we go. Woo! Hands up like a roller coaster. So you go to the website and it starts loading it up here. It's a little applet. And as you can see, it's from the New York Zoo and Aquarium, the Wildlife Conservation Society. They set this up. And man, is this pretty snazzy. You can just do all kinds of stuff here. And you're building a... Okay, hopefully third time's the charm. I actually had to redo my description part of, or the step-by-step how to do part of the video, because I neglected to show the wild of this site. I was going through the top options and I just showed the normal things, and in a second you'll kind of get what I'm talking about. But if you look to the left here, you can see that you can make some wild characters. I mean, look at the craziness going on over there, and kids would just love this, and I think adults too. I mean, I like it. It's awesome. They got good drawings, and you can combine a lot of different animal parts. So let's take another swing at it here. And when you get started, you can put in a name. I'm just gonna put in Trav and press enter, I suppose. And then I noticed as I was going through it and playing with it more, this is a little bit glitchy. Like some of the different items don't work quite right. Like, okay, it says select a body first. That works fine. I select a body, great. And before I was going through these top options, and I only went down to the normal stuff, but the abnormal stuff is down here in the green, really. So blue is like pretty much normal, and then abnormal is this. These are the body parts, the green. I'll stop moving. The noises are fun, but man, they're a little bit annoying as well. So anyway, yeah, these, I just went through these before, but there's a bunch of cool stuff you could do. So let's say you put in eyes, a mouth, and I'm just gonna very quickly put on some different stuff here. Some different shirt, button up, because I'm professional. And then, yeah, I like these shorts because it looks like I'm going on an adventure. I need some hair, man. I really need some hair. So I'm gonna go with that hair. Before I get wild here and show you the cool stuff and kind of explain it a little bit more, but where I'm thinking I'm going with this is I would use this for an intro to maybe another project. Like I might show this on the screen and show the possibilities, and then give the kids the URL, and they could use this, or they could you know, cut out their own pictures and make their own kind of collage. Like this could be an introduction to like collage making. Or you could take pictures of all the students in the class and then cut out their head and exchange heads. Oh, that sounds bad, but yeah, give each student a different student's head and then have them make something like this. Or they can make the body on here, or make most things on here, and then stick the picture on this, like print it out and stick it on this for their final picture. And of course they could bring it in and describe it, or write about it, or make a video about it, or many different possibilities here. But I think introducing the concept of collaging through this tool would give you great buy-in, because here's some of the cool things you could do. And like I said, there are some issues with it. The one thing I found is glitchy is you'll click on something and it doesn't really represent what it's supposed to. Like this one says spinning cobra head, which works, it's fine. It looks like the headgear works perfectly. But if you go down further, the ears are not quite right, and some other things are not quite right. I'll show you when I get to it. Looks like the ears are working pretty good. Face, let's see. So there you go. There's a problem. The picture is showing a crocodile, and it says Babirusa snout, whatever a Babirusa is, and then it does Babirusa snout. So the glitch, the good thing is you can stop and read it, and you can see what it's going to show you. But the picture that's represented in the little legend over here is not right. Like this, for example, I don't know any of those animals; they're too tough. This, for example, says a giant tree frog arms, but that's not a tree frog. This is a tree frog. So it's a little bit confused. I would just tell the students, hey, you gotta read it. The pictures are messed up. Even though with that glitch, in there, I think it's still a cool tool. And the whole purpose is, you know, getting down to describing things, using English to describe body parts and people and maybe feelings if you went that far. But in a fun way, you know, and using this technology that maybe would take some of the tediousness out of the topic. So yeah, I wanted to go back through this. I've done it a few times now, and just kind of show the glitchiness of it, yes, but it re-emphasize that this is a really cool way to introduce personal descriptions and get kids thinking about what's going on. And the fact that there's a glitch, that's kind of cool in a way if you think about it, because that makes the kids, it forces them to read. Yeah, you have to read it, and you can kind of joke with them about it. But I might write into them and let them know that it's not working correctly, and maybe they can fix it. Even still, it's a cool tool, and I wanted to share it with you, and hopefully you can get some mileage out of it. You know, another idea you could do is like maybe you connect this to a character in a book you're reading or a story you're reading, and just as a subplot. I think that could be done with any activity. You could make your own story around it and just, you know, spin it however you want. There are loads of possibilities, and I'm hoping that you'll watch this and get an idea and share that possibility with everyone in the comments below. So again, here's another standard. We're using these standards. I see this tool as really allowing you to customize and personalize what you're doing with each student. You could use it as an introduction, and then you could give options to them. It's a very basic topic, personal descriptions, but it's an important one. And this tool allows you kind of like I said, a gateway into several other options, so that you could give the kids an experience that can be tailored to them specifically and individually, and something they can connect with on a one-on-one level. Again, all these things are $0. They're free, they're web-based, and this Build Your Wild Self website is no different. So I hope you'll go through the series here and look at some things. More importantly, I keep stressing this, comment, please comment, and let's get some dialogue going about these things, because that's the way I become a better teacher, is if you help me. And I hope that I helped you think about a new resource that you could use. So until we meet again, I bid you adieu. Thanks for watching. Bye.